Morning class 8th chapter number 2 microorganism. Student, in the previous video we have discussed the bacteria and algae. Student, today we will discuss the next topic, fungi, microorganism. Student, this fungi are the known green microorganism with bodies usually made of thread-like structure called hypha. And student, these are known green organism. Why? These are known green organism. What is the meaning? Known green organism, because they do not have chlorophyll and so they cannot make their own food. They show saprophytic mode of nutrition and obtain their food from the dead and decaying organic matter. And there are some example of the fungi are yeast, Rhizopus, Agaricus and Penicillium. Student, they were once categorized as known green plant, but they are not plant as they lack chlorophyll, so they cannot perform the photosynthesis and have the cell wall different from the plant cell wall. Depending on the mode of the nutrition, fungi are classified as saprophytic and parasitic. Student, I think you have must seen mushroom. So this mushroom growing on the damp places, or would have eaten them as a dish or on a pizza. Yes, student, they are also fungi. And the yeast is the another common fungus that is used in the baking industries. And student, you know, the fungi are both unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular or can be microscopic like the yeast, and multicellular and large like mushroom and bread mold. Listen carefully student. Fungi can be unicellular and microscopic. For example, yeast. This yeast is a unicellular or microscopic like yeast, and multicellular and large like mushroom and bread mold. Understand? So fungi are mostly found in warm and moist places, and some common example are fungi of the fungi are yeast used in bakeries, Rhizopus, the bread mold, Agaricus, mushroom, penicillium, and except yeast all fungi are multicellular. This yeast, except this yeast, all fungi, Rhizopus, Agaricus and Penicillium, these are the multicellular organism. So let us observe through an activity the growth of fungi on a fresh piece of bread. So take a piece of fresh bread and wet it with some water. Listen carefully now. There is one activity you can show fungi on a bread. So first we'll do, take a piece of fresh bread and wet it with some water. Now what will we do? Keep it inside a plastic bag and place the plastic bag in a warm place for a week. So you will observe a cottony greenish growth on the piece of bread. What is this? This is a colonies of fungus. Now observe the fungus colony under a microscope. You will observe they all appear like a tangle of thread. So student, you will observe, dispose the moldy bread properly and wash your hand thoroughly with the water, with the clean water, because some fungus secrete toxin which can make you ill or cause food poisoning. So you can see the fungus on the bread mold. You can prepare now and you can see the yeast on the bread. So but dispose the moldly bread properly and wash your hand properly, and some fungus can secrete the toxin which can make you ill and cause food poisoning. Understand? So now student, we will discuss the protozoa. Student, protozoa, this word means little animals, and the protozoa, singular protozoan, are unicellular organism. These organisms are unicellular organism and they have animal like characteristics and they do not have cell wall. They lack chlorophyll also and they can move around to capture food. And you know, most of them are the heterotrophic in nature as they obtain nutrition from the other organism. They are mostly heterotrophic in nature, and some of them are parasites such as plasmodium, and this plasmodium cause malaria. And protozoa are mostly aquatic in nature, and some common example of the protozoans are paramecium, these are the sleeper shape, trypanosoma and amoeba, and the shape of the amoeba is irregular, and they are the unicellular organism mostly and heterotrophic. Unicellular means they they have the single cell and all function performed by a single cell. Student, they are unicellular microscopic organism and possess features similar to the animals. They also heterotrophic and can move around to obtain their food. And paramecium has hair-like cilia. Euglena has the whip-like flagellum, and amoeba has the pseudopodia to help capture food and to move from the one place to the another. Some protozoans, we have taken the example of the plasmodium that cause malaria, and so student, this plasmodium that cause malaria and protozoan can be found in fresh water, yes student, salt water, soil, and within the bodies of the other organism. So there are the some protozoans, and protozoans means little animals. Okay, so I hope you understand. We have discussed today fungi and protozoa. Fungi can be unicellular or multicellular, but protozoans are the unicellular organism. They have the animal-like characteristics because they lack chlorophyll and they can move around to capture food. Okay, so I hope you understand fungi and protozoa, and tomorrow we will discuss the virus. Very important topic, this virus. So tomorrow we will discuss the next topic, virus. Okay students, take care, bye.